The president is clearly trying to move on away from this debacle and focus on the dollars, because Trump posted several times on his social media platform, but it was touting the higher than expected jobs report that came out today. Not anything about Musk. He's also calling on Fed Chair Jerome Powell to lower interest rates. But even though Trump wants to sideline this feud with Musk, we're still wondering what this breakup could mean for Elon's businesses. Our business correspondent, Alexis Christoforous, joining me now. So, Alexis, we already saw Tesla stock take a dive last night. Trump's media company also took a hit, right?
That's right. I mean, we're seeing this feud take place very publicly. We're also seeing a play-by-play of it play out on Wall Street. So Tesla stock sank 14% yesterday, its biggest one-day drop since 2020. Trump's media and technology company also fell, not by as much. But boy, what a difference a day makes, right? I mean, both these stocks have bounced back today, not entirely, but we've got Tesla up about 5%, Trump's media and tech company up about 4%. But I'll tell you what, it has been a roller coaster ride for investors in both of these companies. Just to give you an idea, since the beginning of the year, Tesla is still down 25%, and Trump's media and technology company is down nearly 40%, Kira.
At the end of the day, how much do Musk's companies really impact the U.S. economy?
Yeah, and it is plural for sure, because, not every one of his companies makes headlines every day in the way a Tesla does, but he has about 6 big companies, some in AI. Of course, we know he's got X, formerly known as Twitter. Only one of the 6 companies is publicly traded, which is Tesla. But many of his companies are wrapped up in government business. We see that very clearly with his SpaceX company. He's got the spacecraft Dragon, which ferries astronauts and supplies to and from the International Space Station. So the government relies heavily on some of his companies. And as you were talking about in the previous segment, many of his companies rely on subsidies and tax breaks from the government in the billions and billions of dollars.
Well, and we also know when Elon Musk was actively working with Doge, we saw these government job cuts. Are they reflected in today's jobs report?
Good question. They are partially. And this latest report, while a little bit better than expected, does show that the job market is starting to cool off a little bit. Now, when you look at federal jobs in particular, we lost 22,000 last month. So since the beginning of the year, about 59,000. There's not a direct number of how many job cuts Doge was responsible for. Some put it at over 200,000. But they're not all reflected here, because many of those workers are still on payrolls because they took a buyout, or they are on administrative leave because the court has put a pause on some of those. So not all of those job cuts are reflected in this report. They may be as the months go on, but no surprise that President Trump trying to deflect here and turn the attention to a slightly better than expected jobs report today.
Alexis Christoforous, thank you so much.